bienvenidos a la Daily Hustle. Soy Enrique Byrnes y presidente es el mejor cerveza. No abate por No Filter Network. Miguelito San Dieguito, not with us today. Also, Will the Thrill, not with us today. But each and every single morning, as you guys know, we come on here and salute our boys properly. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Remember this, folks. When we are juiceful, we are useful. And when we are juiceless, we are useless. It is the 23rd day of May 2024. And we are about to have the first pitch of the Pittsburgh Pirates' Paul Skenes taking the mound against the San Francisco Giants. If you're watching live on No Filter, they're showing Skenes' arsenal right now. He is fucking filthy. There's no other way to put it. He has a 102 mile per hour fastball, a 94 mile per hour split, a slider, a curveball. This guy basically has everything. As you see, Randy Wynn sort of smirk as they're going over everything that he has. So this is just about to kick off 9:35 a.m. Pacific time, 12:35 out there on the East. And yes, there are a bunch of little kids with Paul Skenes mustaches on their upper lips, but it's not only little kids. It's grown ass men. It's women. It is everybody you could possibly imagine in the greater Pittsburgh area. Any Pirates fan is getting behind this guy. What an awesome time to be a fan of the Buccos. Paul Skenes is that good. They also have a huge arsenal of other young studs up and coming. So this is certainly going to be a good one. PNC Park, one of the most beautiful parks I've ever been to in my life. It is right there on the Allegheny River. And today it will be Dave Fleming on the call along with Javier Lopez. FP Santangelo was on the call yesterday, I believe, during that ridiculous Giants comeback. So a night after what we called, or at least I called, one of the worst losses in the history of the San Francisco Giants, the Gigantes came back and basically reversed the fortune on the Pittsburgh Pirates and ended up winning a game in which they had no fucking right to win. Really super cool and super fun to watch. So it was Paul Skenes. And this is the question. What does Skenes have in store for his third career game? Baseball fans can rejoice. It's almost that time of week again. I feel this way. When Paul Skenes pitches, and I don't care if it's against the Giants or anybody else, you just get excited. It's Skenes Day. It will add a little extra excitement into our world, into the baseball world. As an analyst, regardless, like win, lose, draw, great, shitty, doesn't matter. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be something that we are going to talk about. It is sure highly anticipated. I mean, I don't remember the last time we had a guy take the mound like Paul Skenes. Again, maybe Steven Strasburg early in his career, Kerry Wood early in his career. But it was after the performance in his debut, which was good. Not great, good. Obviously, big league hitters proved that they could hit him. It was against the Cubs. But then he comes back against the same Cubs, and he struck out 7 straight dudes. Think about that. Just fucking filthy. And if you looked at the mix of pitches, he was throwing the splitter, he was throwing the heater. He's got this changeup thing that he turns over that is absolutely filthy. I'm looking at some of the slow-mos right now on MLB. But anyhow, he surely is a generational talent. Highest average fastball velocity in 2024. Mason Miller at 100.9 miles per hour. Justin Martinez at 100.2. And Paul Skenes at 99.7. And I mean, just the fact that he's a starting pitcher and doing this. The pitch that he has that is virtually unhittable, it's called the SPLINKER. It says Skenes was a relatively dominant pitcher when he was winning the College World Series, most outstanding player honors less than a year ago. But one of the ways he's raised his game even more in the short term has been his development of a new pitch. Skenes isn't the only MLB pitcher to make use of the SPLINKER, a hybrid between a splitter and a sinker. If you look at these pitches, it actually is a lot faster than a split finger would be. And it has more movement than the sinker. Thus, we get the SPLINKER. Oh, I can entertain myself. Anyhow, looking forward to watching him pitch here in just a moment. Like I said, it was 9:35 a.m. It's supposed to get going. And here come the Pirates taking the field. Paul Skenes on the mound. A beautiful day out in Pittsburgh right now. Oh, and by the way, the Giants game is sponsored by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. I had no idea that thing was still in fucking existence. Good for them. 75 degrees, 5 mile per hour wind out of the west. You cannot ask for a much better day. It looks like a little bit of cloud cover. Giants starting lineup: Luis Matos, Lamont Wade Jr., Thairo Estrada, Matt Chapman, Jorge Soler is back, Mike Yastrzemski, Heliot Ramos, Kurt Casale, and Brett Wisely is going to be playing shortstop today. And there is Paul Skenes. 2 starts, a 1-0 record, 2.70 ERA. 10 innings pitched, just 6 hits allowed, 3 walks, and a ridiculous 18 strikeouts. If he's able to continue at that sort of clip, it would be record-breaking. Four-seam fastball 40% of the time. Splitter, the SPLINKER, I mean, there it is, 94.8 miles per hour. The four-seamer, 99.7. The lettuce on his upper lip looks more like a raccoon. It's got some pretty decent girth to it. Joey Bart, by the way, behind the plate for the Pittsburgh Pirates, longtime San Francisco Giant. Rowdy Tellez, Sacramento native, at first base. Nick Gonzalez at second. O'Neal Cruz, who's been killing it. 3 hits of over 115 miles per hour yesterday. The day before, he had the 121 mile per hour shot off the right field wall that put the Pirates back in position to win that game and come back. So here's Skenes wearing number 30. And here is Matos. 100 mile per hour fastball up and in, fouled off. You got to assume that's the pitch that you're going to get. Matos hitting at a 325 clip, 341 on base percentage, 550 slugging, 2 homers. This is the reigning National League Player of the Week. There is the SPLINKER. I could just say SPLINKER over and over and over again. I mean, this is just a word that makes me happy. You know how people have happy words? SPLINKER is certainly now one of my happy words. The 1-1 pitch, 99 miles per hour on the outside corner. Had a good conversation with Scott Osler yesterday about the automated umpire, which seems to be coming to MLB parks here shortly. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball, shot down the right field line, and Luis Matos does it again. This guy's a showman. I feel like the bigger the moment, the more Luis Matos shows up. The catch that he had, about a week ago, a little bit over a week ago, was one of the best catches I ever seen in my life. In the process of that same week, he ended up with 16 RBIs and was named the National League Player of the Week. He then was instrumental in the Giants' comeback season-saving win that they had last night against the Pirates. And today shows up and faces Paul Skenes, the first Giant to face him, and shoots a ball down the right field line. No moment is too big for that guy. He really doesn't give a fuck. That is the beauty of it. I am quickly becoming a Luis Matos fan. Huge fan. Not going to wear his jersey. I do not wear jerseys of guys younger than me. Just won't do it. But, yes, I realize I'm starting to limit my choices now. I go for the old-timers. That's it. I'll buy Biscuit a jersey. 2 balls, 1 strike. Top 1. Runner on first base. Skenes fires over to first. Tellez gave it the look like, holy shit, man. You don't have to kill me over here. Look at him. He's like, what the fuck? I think he might have broke his glove. So there's Matos again. Let's see how quick Skenes is to the plate. He holds. Not super quick. It's not like he's slide stepping. But at the same time, it's not like he's slow. He's going to vary his looks. Typically, pitchers who come out of college, fresh out of college like this, do a real good job holding runners. 2 balls, 2 strikes to late night Lamont Wade Jr. The pitch. The splinker, 90 miles per hour, down and away. Skenes, first start at PNC Park, wasn't great. And then he was terrific on the road at Wrigley Field. It's a good view. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lamont. Back over to first again to Les. Just having a hard time catching the fucking ball over there, man. Skenes calls time, says, I'm going to get rid of that ball. Matos certainly a threat to run. He's got the sliding mid-on. Don't love the fact that his hand's on his leg. Kind of a tell there. Where if you were to ask me, you get in here and your hand's like this and you're ready to go. So you have the one dangling and then the other one right at your hip pocket, not necessarily resting on it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, top 1. The pitch. Ground ball. That's going to be second for 1. First, double play. So the Giants obviously had troubles turning a double play the other night in the game that they blew. That clip has since gone viral of Will the Thrill and I reacting to it. But O'Neal Cruz took it himself right there. Tailor-made double play. Here's Thairo Estrada. 2 outs now. Top 1. Paul Skenes facing the San Francisco Giants for the first time. And, well, he comes as advertised, throwing the 100-mile-per-hour fastball. It's a 4-seamer. That's a 94-mile-per-hour splinker. Let's see if Estrada can get things going with 2 outs. We like to say hacerlo con dos. That's 95 right down the middle. So he really enjoys throwing that splinker. And when you have that much movement on it, yeah, sure, why not? The 2-1 pitch. Fastball away off the plate at 100 miles per hour. It's awfully early to get 100 coming at you. I think that was probably late night Lamont's problem. He's not necessarily early morning Lamont. The pitch. 96 mile per hour splinker. So the harder it gets, typically the less movement it has. You see, this one's left over the middle. I don't know why they call it a splinker. I mean, I guess the way he holds it here, almost like a Vulcan pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top one. Paul Skenes with the pitch. See ya! Well, he gave up the leadoff single to Luis Matos. Got late night Lamont to hit into a very easy 6 unassisted double play. I guess it'd be 6-3. And then sent Thairo Estrada back to the dugout with the splinker. That's good to see. Really is. This is a game that I'm going to be paying attention to through the course of the entire morning. I want to hit up a couple things before we get on out of here. Got a pickleball game at 10 o'clock. Found some fun stories today. That's no bueno. I am back on. But hold tight here. Because the picture and the audio sometimes get a little bit upset. It's plugged into the computer over here, and so if I hit something too hard on the desk, disconnects it, whatever. Anyhow, Twins reliever Steven Okert actually tipped the bullpen cart driver, and MLB fans love the gesture. Yeah, why not? Over the past few years, it seemed like the tipping culture has gotten out of control. No matter where you go, an iPad will seemingly turn your way with a tip prompt. But we must give Twins reliever Steve Okert some credit. He embraced the tipping culture in the best way on Wednesday. Bullpen carts made its comeback for the 2018 season, and while not every team has brought them back, Okert seemed thrilled to have the opportunity to use the cart for the Twins series against the Nationals. On Wednesday, he had the chance while entering the game in the 5th inning. He also came prepared with cash on hand. As he exited the cart, Okert handed the driver $5, which was pretty awesome. If players are going to use the cart, they should be willing to show some appreciation like that. Apparently, Okert had the $5 bill with him the entire series just so he'd be prepared to tip the driver if the Twins called his number. Okay. Good on Okert. And by the way, Andrew McCutchen, just like that, leads off the game with a solo home run, a 104-mile-per-hour piss rod off the bat of, I got to assume McCutchen's sort of borderline future Hall of Famer. Did Matos just miss it? I'm glad I wasn't paying attention. Here's the drive. Deep to left center field. Matos goes up. It was in his fucking glove. Oh! He almost had it again. Luis Matos is must-see TV. Watch this right here. Leaps up. Uh-oh. You know where he missed it? He put his arm up to brace the impact with the wall, which makes sense because you protect yourself in your rib cage. But if he were to actually pull that in, he would have had to say, okay, if I bust a rib, I bust a rib, and then get it. It allows this arm to further stretch out and grab the baseball. Nonetheless, fantastic fucking effort by Luis Matos. He is appointment television. I'm not sure he's as appointment television as Paul Skenes, but he's not that far off. I really enjoy watching this guy play. So watch the arm once again, he goes up. There's an element of send that you have to have that allows you that extra reach. And he just said, I think he thought he was going to catch it anyway. Well, it does not work out. Here he is already. And he's got the mud on his jersey. Fuck, man. That's what it's all about. You play a game, you get the uni dirty. There are days where I'd finish, and if my uni wasn't dirt, I'm like, dude, what did I do today? And typically, when I had no dirt on my uni, I didn't do shit. Anyhow, let's go back to the whole bullpen cart situation. It was Steve Okert, the reliever for the Minnesota Twins, that got the ride in the Nationals bullpen cart and then tipped the driver $5. Now, I agree. The tipping culture has gotten so fucking out of control. It doesn't matter where you go. Here it is, the prompt for the tip. Like you're buying groceries and there's a prompt for a tip. It's like, wait, what are you talking about? So typically, how I judge it is what sort of individual service did that person give you, right? What sort of effort went in to them helping you receive whatever it is? So that's why you go to a coffee shop. Well, depends what you order. If I go to a coffee shop, though, and I'm grabbing a Pellegrino and a muffin, and I'm walking up there just paying for it, no, I'm not tipping. Now, if I order an extra hot flat white that takes effort, individual effort into creating it, yes, that would prompt the tip. So same sort of thing, I guess, with the bullpen cart driver. Typically, a bullpen cart driver, I don't know what else he would be doing. I guess his job's to drive the bullpen cart. But it is certainly a nice gesture. The only thing I would tell you if I'm Steve Okert, if you're going to tip the bullpen cart driver and you're a big leaguer, $5? I love the gesture. But $5? Let's make a statement, dude. Come on, Steve-O. Give the guy a Benjamin. Drop him a fucking 100. And Miller is out of it. Too happy about giving up the homer. And there he is, Andrew McCutchen. Former Giant as well. Just a world-class athlete, world-class human being. Has had a terrific career. And he's in Pittsburgh finishing this thing off. I believe that was his 7th home run of the year. Actually having a really nice year. So, all right. I feel like sticking around for a minute to see Paul Skenes' second inning. Yeah. I don't know. By the way, too, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who is obviously one of the top young talents in the game of baseball. They have an article here saying that his potential number one landing spot is, when it comes to a trade, San Francisco. That's right. It says the San Francisco Giants blew a 4-run lead in the bottom of the 9th on Tuesday, eventually falling to the Pittsburgh Pirates in extra innings for a team desperate to pull it all together and start a run. This was as tough as any loss. However, the Giants have to let go and look forward to the next 2 games of the series, which they did a terrific job of yesterday. Only 1 game out of a wild card spot in the National League. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. Only 1 game out, as horrific as the season has been for the Giants. It says they're still in position to make the postseason nearly 50 games into it. While the start of the year has been less than ideal, it also speaks volume that they're only 1 game out of a wild card position. If they could do what everyone knows they're capable of doing, it wouldn't be surprising to see them earn a wild card spot comfortably down the stretch. San Francisco has some interesting decisions to make at the deadline. They will likely be sellers won't be sellers due to being in this position, but it's uncertain if they'll be buyers. Here's Paul Skenes back on the bump, going up against Matt Chapman. 0 balls, 1 strike. Chapman sporting some upper lip upholstery as well. That's 99 right by you. Chapman leads the Giants in swing speed. They're showing Matos' reaction. Hopefully this isn't a my shoulder is hurt reaction. Giants have seen enough of that. So Chapman's swing speed is elite. 96 down and in. O'Neal Cruz calling off the third baseman. He's going to haul that in, no problem. So we're in the top of the second. There's 1 out. Skenes with 1 strikeout so far. Gave up the base hit to Luis Matos, then promptly got the double play from late night Lamont. Here's Jorge Soler. Not necessarily sure if this is a great matchup for the Giants. 95 mile per hour, 2-seam split. Now Soler, another guy who has terrific swing speed. Swing length, well, not so much. Kind of looks like a caterpillar in Skenes' upper lip. Another splinker down. It's 0 balls, 2 strikes. If you're Skenes, your shit's so good that all you got to do is attack the zone. Like, why waste pitches, right? Go right at him. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if he goes with another splinker or he tries the 4-seamer. It looks like they're going with a 4-seamer up, I bet. Nope. Splinker down. So, to try to throw off Soler, they showed the high target for a second and then went right back to it. Looks like it's going to be a bullpen day. That's Mason Black in the bullpen for the Giants. The 0-2 pitch, slider. Holy shit, man. So he's been going 4-seamer at 100, 102. He's been throwing a ton of the splinkers, 94 to 96. And then he just drops a filthy fucking slider at 80-some-odd miles per hour. That's why this dude is virtually unhittable when he's on. Mike Yastrzemski now coming to the plate. 2 outs. Top of the second. Giants getting their first look. There's Yastrzemski. Now, he's got the dirt squirrel as well on his upper lip, but he's also got the flavor saver. A little patch right here. A la Scott Spezio back in the day. It's a fascinating look. Yastrzemski, the grandson of the great Carl Yastrzemski, looking very comfortable. Didn't bite at all on the first 2 splinkers. So it's now 3-0. Let's see if Skenes just goes right after Ryan. Why wouldn't you? Sure, there's 100. When you throw 100 and you fall behind the hitter, it's sort of a situation where you say, here it is, fucking hit it. And Yastrzemski, a good swing, 99 down on the zone, though. And that's going to be a routine can of shit. So, all right, that was fun. Back on the Daily Hustle. Let's see, traveling tomorrow, but back on next week. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. I'm heading to Southern California. LTP boys back in action once again. And that's about it. Oh, by the way, the Daily Hustle quote of the day. Found it earlier here. One of my favorite ones that I've actually heard in a long time. Key to life is accepting challenges. When we stop doing this, we're dead. Ha! That's it. All right, guys, enjoy. And enjoy the weekend. See ya!